Do you want to turn a hobby that you already love into something that can make you real money every single week? Now in this video, I'm going to show you the exact steps that I used, plus I'll show you a piece of gear that has massively boosted my income potential and how you might be able to use it too. So over the last couple of months or so, I've been running a little experiment. I wanted to see if I could turn my action camera and my drones, as well as my phone, and use it as a legit side hustle. And now I'm clearing over £1,000 a week for just a few hours work, which is mad, right? Properly mad. Let me show you exactly how I'm doing it. Now let's be real for a second. I didn't buy any of this gear with the intention of starting up another business. I've already got a business that keeps me very busy. I just have a love of all things tech, and when I'm going snowboarding, jet skiing, mountain biking, that type of thing, I wanted to be able to capture some of those memories, hence buying an action camera. And then when me and my brothers were very small, my dad used to take us flying his radio-controlled aircraft. So the whole idea of flying an FPV drone, pretending I'm some sort of fighter pilot, which I've got no chance of ever being now because I'm too old, obviously. The world of FPV drones was very appealing, so I jumped into that as well, just to have fun. But then the business, entrepreneurial, I guess, side of my brain starts to kick in, and I'm thinking, Tim, can you start to make money doing something you enjoy with equipment you already own? And if so, how do we go about it? Listen, if you've ever thought about making money from your hobby, let me know in the comments below what it is. I'd love to get some inspiration and see what you guys are thinking about doing as well. We can all work together on this. So hobbies, business, get that down below. Okay, so before we get into the nuts and bolts of this, we should probably talk about gear here. And like I said at the beginning, there is one piece of kit that I've recently been sent to try out that has massively increased my earning potential when I'm already on shoots. Now I have a DJI Avata 2, an FPV drone, which is amazing just for flying about anyway. Very good for the whole property fly-throughs and getting in close and zooming through other bits and pieces. But for the big cinematic experience side of it, it's a little more tricky to get right. I'm not saying you can't do it, but it's just a little bit more tricky to do it. And I've kind of been staying away from that type of shoot because I wasn't really comfortable with using that drone for it. However, not so long ago, a company reached out to me called Ruko, and they said, Tim, we have a sub 250 gram drone and we would like you to test it for us. Now, normally I wouldn't have done so because they're not paying me to do this, and therefore they're not paying me for my opinions. Everything I'm going to tell you is my own honest opinion. Take from that what you will. They're not paying me to say anything about it. But I realised the opportunity was there to get me that bigger kind of massive aerial landscape shot that I'd kind of been missing from bits and pieces that I have. So they sent me out, and this is it. This is the Ruko U11 Mini 4K. I hope I said that in the right order. I'll overlay some B-roll bits and pieces for you, some slow-mo stuff so you can see it. Now, this might look very familiar to you. It's very much the same as they all are these days, sub 250 gram drone, which means the hoops that you need to jump through in order to be able to fly one legally are very much reduced. You'll need to check where you are in your own country. Over here in the UK will be slightly different to wherever you are. However, let me just caveat all of that with that I am a properly licensed, registered and insured drone pilot for commercial use here in the UK. Cover that off. So then the Ruko U11 Mini 4K drone, I've just popped that up on the screen, make sure I say all those letters in the right word because it's quite a long name. I've been using this thing to add some properly stunning aerial footage to my shoots, and the clients are loving it. Now, here's the thing. This is not an expensive drone at all. In fact, I'd put this in the very budget level of drone. I'm going to come back to that in just a second, but let's run through some specs of this thing and why it might suit you for your needs as well. So some of the highlights, I'm not going to run through all of the specs because the list is very long. Let's just cover the important stuff. We've got 4K at 30 frames per second, which is ace. We've got 8K still, so you can snap photos while you're there. We've got your 3-axis gimbal with built-in EIS, so electronic image stabilization, which will keep your footage smooth. And where I live on the south coast of England, we get windy, so this thing will be moving around. It's very light. This thing will get picked up by the wind and moved around, but that 3-axis gimbal and the built-in stabilization does a superb job. A claimed transmission range of up to 6 kilometers. I'm not going to test that. We'll take them at their word for it. 6 kilometers seems like a very long way for such a small drone. Fully inbuilt GPS system, so it will know where it is at any one point in time. We've got automatic return to home or a manual return to home. We've got some really good one-touch different shooting options. We've got a GPS track. We've got a person track, so you can kind of circle on yourself. You can plan routes and waypoints for it to follow. It's even got cruise control, so you can just set the speed and direction, take your hands off the joysticks, and then focus on moving the camera angle and that kind of stuff. But I quite like that. We've got your classic handheld controller system that plugs into your phone. The cables that come with it means that I could actually use my old iPhone for this, which is perfect. So I could fly this and still use my phone for business stuff while I'm going. Super easy to use. All the buttons are everything wherever you need them for. USB-C charging. Brilliant. None of that knockoff stuff using old charging technology. USB-C. We have micro SD card slot on the drone itself. Removable batteries, which make a satisfying click. That's like putting a magazine into your handgun. I like that a lot. Fully foldable down, and it will fit in. I don't know if you can see this. I mean, realistically, who's going to do that? But you can if you want to. It will fit in your pocket. Just be careful when you're taking it out, because you don't want to catch the props. So this thing starts from the very reasonable price over here in the United Kingdom of £330, which is extremely good value for what it is. Now, let's just stick with that price point just for a minute. Your clients and my clients, they don't care how much your equipment costs. The only thing they care about is the end result and the value that you're giving to them. So keep that in mind. You do not need to go and spend lots and lots of money on high-end equipment to get something as good as possible that your clients will pay top money for. This is proof of that. £330 drone. Bargain. So just by carrying this budget bargain basement drone in my bag, I've been able to put my prices up by around £150 to £200 per shoot. Get to site, pop the thing up for 30 seconds, maybe a minute, maybe a little bit longer than that, depending on where I am and what I'm doing. But it's no extra hassle from me, and it's generating increased revenue for me, but giving the client more value from their shoot. So if you're interested in checking this thing out a little bit more, then you can use my affiliate link below, which will take you through, and you'll be able to see all the specs from this. But if you're serious about a side hustle and you're looking to expand your gig, you can't go wrong with this. I really don't think. And honestly, I wouldn't use it if I didn't think it was up to the job. So if you're curious about the Ruko U11 Mini 4K drone, then like I said, I've put my affiliate link down below. If you click on that and get yourself one, it won't cost you any extra by doing so, but it does help support me so that I can continue making these sorts of videos. Okay, let's get back into some business development. Real life example of earnings potential. So this week, today is Friday. This week I have done 2 property fly-throughs for real estate agents. I've put together 1 highlight reel for a local business that's just opened up down here, and just over £100 in affiliate links. So stacking the small wins. Earnings from those were the property fly-throughs, £300 each, fully edited, fully optimized for all the different social media platforms. Takes no time at all. So 2 of those, so that's £600. Marketing material for that local business, £400. Again, fully optimized for all social media channels, and AI is absolutely your friend here. There's some very good AI tools we can use to improve efficiency and streamline our processes. And then those affiliate links, like I said, are just over £100. So there's over £1,000 for this week for not very much work at all. In fact, if I said 4.5, 5 hours work, That's pretty good going. And it's not even my full-time job. My full-time job is to run a health and fitness company where we do contract work for private health insurance companies for fitness and nutrition. That takes up a fair chunk of time. So being able to generate that amount of additional revenue from just a few hours spare, absolute game changer for us. Have a think about that type of thing. Just a few hours extra work could be the difference between that new car or that holiday or paying for your wedding or your children going to university or college or whatever it is. So just keep that in the back of your mind. What's your hobby and how can we make money from it? Now, if you want me to break down all the gear that I actually use for all of these things, then let me know in the comments below and I'll put another video together for you for that, because I think that kind of needs to be a bit of a separate one. It's not lots of kit, and I'll also explain how you can actually use what you've already got so that you don't need to go and spend money. But let me know if you'd like to see that one. Let me give you 3 quick tips that you can use here. The first one is, we've kind of already covered it, but I'm going to reinforce that, and that is to start with what you've already got. If all you've got is your mobile phone, legit, that is all you need to get going. I really dislike it when people say that, but it's so true, because it's exactly what I've done. I've started with what I already had. I didn't go and spend extra money to be able to do it. I didn't spend time building websites and all that kind of stuff. No. Just jump straight in. So use what you've already got. Identify what the hobby is that you love doing, and is there a potential for you to earn money from it? There probably is. When you've identified that, speak to friends, family, acquaintances and associates. Go through your contacts lists. Who do you know that you can get in touch with and offer your services to them? Do it for free. Offer your services to them so that you are able to, 1, build a portfolio of work, 2, gain valuable experience, because you will make mistakes. I still make mistakes. And 3, it gives you an understanding of how long things will start to take, so that you've got a good idea of how to price it. And then when you've got something that you're reasonably happy with, take the jump, start posting it out on the socials, because I promise you, someone will see it and they'll go, "Oh, hey, John, how did you get that footage shot for your whatever business it is? Do you think they'd be able to do that for me? How much do they charge?" Word of mouth is one of the best ones you can do. I wish I'd known those few things when I first started, but now I do. Like, you don't know what you don't know until you don't know that you don't know it. I think that's the right way around, but now that I do know it, then follow those steps, get through it, and it'll just make things a whole lot easier for you. However, we do need to talk about making mistakes. And here's some of the mistakes I made. So, first of all, undercharging for what you do. That's cost me money. I mean, like, it hasn't cost me money, but it meant I didn't earn as much as I could or should have done, because I was afraid to ask. Like, don't be afraid to ask. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no. If you do ask, the answer will probably be no, but sometimes it'll be yes, and then it's worth it. So don't be afraid to ask. I've done that one and missed out on some stuff. When you're doing the free stuff to build up your portfolio, so you're working for your friends, try as best you can to understand how long it's taking you to edit everything. If we're talking about filming here, understanding how long it takes you to edit everything together, because that time can very quickly bring your hourly rate way down, because we're spending way too long editing. So a tip for you here is, do it the first time, make some notes, look at those notes. How can you streamline it and make it more efficient? Can you build a template from it so that next time it won't take you as long, which means you're being more efficient with your time? And we're going to come back around to the Ruko Mini 4K U11 thing drone. Never underestimate how much value you can add to your client's work just by including aerial footage. This thing has legit pushed my earnings way up there just by having this tiny little drone not in my pocket, but you know what I mean. Now, have you already tried making a bit of a side hustle from your hobby? And if so, what's the biggest mistake that you've made from trying to earn money? Comment below. I'd love to hear them. I'm going to be in the comments a little bit for this video as well. So if you've got any questions for me, fire them across and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Okay, if you've got a hobby, chances are there's someone out there who will pay you for that. Mine, it just happens to involve cameras and drones because that's what I enjoy using. Yours could be totally different, but the principle is exactly the same. Now, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on the next video where I'll show you exactly how I find my clients without having to do paid ads or all that kind of stuff that goes on social media. Don't forget to check out the link below as well for the Ruko U11 Mini 4K drone. I'm going to say this again, this is a properly decent piece of kit, extremely affordable, and if you're into your filmmaking, it can absolutely add another level to what you're doing. Okay, that seems like enough chat from me, so watch this video next, and then when you've done that, get that business plan writing. And as ever, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.